Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Las
One y
Bueninos
Nos
Vamos.
Vamos. ¿Qué dices, Margarita?
I'm so happy.
So excited.
I'm so excited. Tomorrow is my birthday. Well, when this drops, it's going to be my birthday.
Jeez,
August 11th.
ya le estás
90s
diciendo.
babies. Shout out to all the 90s babies out there.
All the August babies.
Well, don't be so excited for my birthday.
You just threw me off. I'm like,
Why?
dang. No más.
No, it is my birthday tomorrow.
It sure is.
I'm going to be off. Oh, I'm so happy.
Off of work?
Yes, off of work.
Wow, or off all your duties.
Off of all my duties. I'm gonna go do some freebies. Like Lily did. She was posting, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys what wherever it is that I go.
All her freebies that she gets for her birthday.
Yes, make it
I
special.
think you already claimed one, right? But
I did accidentally. I did. I went to Panera Bread and I was like, and they told me that I had a free one. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. And I totally forgot about it. I was like, dang it.
you
Now I
forgot
have-
that you were trying to do something with
Now I
them.
have to make a fake account. No, I'm kidding.
Sácate. Tampoco, don't try to be a freeloader out of it.
No. I'm just gonna. I already downloaded the apps and for the stuff that I already had. Like I know Starbucks already had. So a couple ones that I already had. So I'm gonna be using those. So yes, cheers to my birthday.
Well, let me do that at least. Was Jesus que I wasn't so happy about your intro. I'm
What?
sorry to say that. It's because pues mañana es cuando te vas a poner bien alegre.
I know. Oh, I'm so excited.
Pero we're gonna
I'm
start
so
it off
excited.
like you said
Yes.
with a
Salud.
cheers, a salud. Si no le tomas es bad
Oy.
luck.
I love this sound.
Except for that sound, pero. Sheesh.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Everybody wish her happy birthday
Yes,
down
guys.
in the comments
Happy
if you like.
birthday. Happy birthday to all the Leos.
Yeah, and whoever's birthday is the same
Virgos
day.
too. Virgos too.
Si tú dices, I'm sorry, I don't keep around with the whole, what's it called?
The signs. I don't
Yeah,
either.
what's it called though?
No sé.
Horoscopes.
Your horoscopes. Yeah, horoscopes.
I'm not too sure about the end side.
Yeah.
End side of the
Oh,
year.
también. Happy birthday to my niece because one of my niece's birthday is on the 10th. Mine is on the 11th. And my other niece, happy birthday, mommies. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so 3 ladies at the same in a row, basically.
Imagine if we all would have been born on the same day.
That would have been cool. I kind of told you something about that the other day. I was like, imagine if you could plan everything for one. But I know we talked about it. And everybody wants their own birthday party.
Yes, of course.
And you're forgetting another person as well.
Who?
Happy birthday to Anna.
Oh, yes, and Banani. Oh, my gosh. No, it's because I was thinking about that. Like my niece, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, and she's before you. So when this
Yeah.
comes out, it's actually your actual birthday,
Oh,
Banani.
yes.
So happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday on the day of. Happy birthday, Banani.
Yes. All right. Well, we're going to move along. I know we've been happy birdieing a lot of people, especially you, Margarita. But we are going to basically say spoiler alert. If you guys haven't seen
Spoiler alert.
the Barbies
I'm
movie,
a Barbie girl. I love that.
we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the hidden messages that we believe they were during the movie.
Yeah, or at least what we felt that was being put out, you know?
But then again, guys, come back. And if you guys feel a different type of way, write it down.
Yeah, comment down below, guys. Comment down below how you guys felt about the movie and like what was the message that was going out. Some of them were very direct, honestly, and then some others were kind of like if you really had to pay attention.
And it all depends how you think as well.
yeah.
So again, just come back and give your opinion.
Yeah, comment down below. I'm really curious to see it, to hear everyone's opinion on the movie.
And with that, again, we kind of already said it. It's just an opinion, and we're not really, talking about this is what Barbie movie actually said to us. As a disclaimer, this is just an opinion. So, Margarita, first of all, did you have Barbies?
I cannot remember, honestly.
No, okay.
I really cannot remember because I think for the most part I just played outside con la tierrita.
Con la tierrita y
And
la
go
swimming
swimming.
pool.
And go swimming, yes.
Okay. Do you know anybody that you can remember that had a Barbies? I don't think in the 90s we really had maybe because we were Latinos, there wasn't really that many girls that I knew that had actual Barbies. Muñecas,
I think
yes.
Arlene did. I think Arlene and Lily did. I had a dollhouse actually, like a little mall. It was a mall. I think I
little mall?
talked about it before.
Okay. So another fun fact, do you know there's a Mattel warehouse here in San Bernardino?
Really?
Yeah.
Donde?
It's over there by the airport.
I didn't know that.
I think you've been there once, but you just don't remember.
I think my aunt used to work there before. Mi tía Beli, I think I mentioned her before. I think she used to work there, and I think she used to get discounts.
Yeah, they give them a little discount.
But too bad I was already old. You know, I was a little bit older to be like, ooh, I want a toy.
Yeah, well, I think myself as well. I was in the age that it was already too late to get toys because I knew some people that worked there. And that's
You
how
did?
I found out that, there was a Mattel store there.
Imagine that my aunt and whoever you knew worked together.
Probably.
Because my aunt's really friendly, so she talks to everyone.
I see, yes.
Okay, so enough of that. So, Barbies, yes, toys, they were meant to motivate you, to teach you something, right? So I remember, there was tractors a lot for the boys, and then for the girls, it was Barbies, and to be a veterinarian or to be a doctor. But with this movie, I feel like it was a little bit deeper than that. Like we said in the beginning, it was really portraying. I don't know. How do you feel like I feel like it was portraying a lot of like challenges that I guess women face.
Women and men. I feel like it was going back and forth, and that's true. They did open up like the whole movie of like Barbies were doing this at the beginning,
Yeah.
when there were actual kids, whoever went to go see it and play with Barbies, like they were trying to give them a flashback, like, oh, remember this, remember that.
Yeah.
But now they're doing it more as, look, this is what's happened in reality right now.
Yeah.
As you as an adult now.
Yeah, literally. So the way that I saw it, yes, the challenges that men and women are facing. So let's say, I think in the Barbie world, again, spoiler alert, like in the Barbie world, all of the women were pretty much had places in high power. They had really good jobs. Like pretty much women ruled Barbie world, and the men were pretty much in the background.
Right.
When they go into the real world, it's flipped the other way around, where the men, patriarchy, where there's a lot of men who pretty much the men have the higher power. Even the CEO and the panel, it's all men, and it's only one woman that is designing the Barbies. And I'm pretty sure they were the ones that got the last word, like, yeah, that's gonna work, or no, it's not gonna work.
Okay, I see what you're going with that. Like on that aspect of, the CEOs were men. On the real world, in the Barbie world, everybody was ruling, meaning all the Barbies, and all of them were being called Barbies to each other. That was kind of trippy at once.
Yeah,
but
hey Barbie,
again,
I Ken. Everyone's Barbie, everyone was Ken.
Yeah. So it's kind of trippy, but I kind of like that. And again, I felt like it was motivation. And I like that they brought that back from, reminding you when you were a little girl, like, look, we were pushing for you guys to be able to go for these other jobs or dreams instead of just being a stay-at-home mom. So the whole Barbie situation of them, like being motivated, I saw it as motivation, as look, like Barbie world does this, so just go for it. Then again, I was hearing other people talking about the movie that us as men, we weren't liking the Barbie movie because the way they put ourselves, meaning as Ken, as you mentioned, Ken was basically lower on Barbie world because Barbie was higher in every different aspect, right? Like being a lawyer, being a doctor, blah, blah, blah. But then I did feel like at one point that Barbie was showing like more materialistic now than love, because Ken was actually trying to just, get Barbie to like her or like him, but because the world Barbie, you guys were so higher up, like she was blind and she couldn't see that.
Well, going back to what you said, that a lot of men felt that the movie was pretty much making men feel like, oh, they're pretty much in the background. But I really feel like they were really portraying that, like with the Barbie world, they were portraying what what women are facing, what some women are facing, like in our real world. It's not so much that like, oh, you guys, this is how it should be. But I feel like it's more like, hey, look at it from trying to have the world look at it on a different lens.
Right, correct. And again, I don't mind the whole Barbie movie, what the message they were giving. Like when I went in there with open thought, like I was like, okay, whatever. If I heard this, I'm not gonna go in there and be already in the defensive. Right. So that's why I kind of saw this of it. Like I didn't mind that. I thought more of it as love in reality, because I felt like Ken was going for Barbie, but because Barbie was so high on top, again, she was blinded from his love. So is that something you saw, or you didn't see that message?
You know what? I wasn't paying attention to the whole love situation because I think I was more focused on everything else that was going on. Like everything else that everybody was saying that had already watched the movie. Like I was trying to look for those things and trying to interpret it in the way that I understand it.
Okay.
Because the way that some people were telling me that it was, after I saw the movie, I was like, no, like I didn't see it that way.
Right.
But it's just on everyone's perspective, how they felt about the movie. And
what messages they saw.
Yeah.
So for me, like that at the beginning of the movie, I feel like you guys were more into the materialistic.
The materialistic part. See, I didn't see that part. I was looking beyond that. Like I was looking more like of the message.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like everyone. Like everyone's going to have like a different opinion on the movie and the message that's going out. Like there's some who are going to be upset about it. There's some who are going to be like, okay, like whatever about it. Some people are like, hurrah. And there's people who are going to be like, oh, okay, like it is what it is.
Right.
But I mean, I feel like the biggest message is more like, see, like, look what Ken was going through. Like, he felt like he wasn't being noticed. He felt like he was always in the background. But then he went into the real world and then he got a taste of, patriarchy. And he was just like, hey, I'm being noticed. Like, all right, I like this.
Okay. Yeah, I did see that as well. Like, but then again, everybody's gonna be different, and I get that point. Like they had to bring that out because, again, as you mentioned, in the real world, men are more with the CEO jobs, or like you guys say, higher pay. But we're not really gonna go into detail like that. We're talking more of like the movie with the message we saw, and one of them that I seen again was like men were more providing from the gifts, and then with their hands on, like it was, again, I just saw it like, oh, like Barbie was happy with the materials and with the gifts instead of him being a hands-on guy. Because honestly, it reminded me back from a situation when I was at work, and we didn't mind helping people, and we didn't mind helping girls, correct? Like if you go into automotive, like I know there's been situations where you ladies say, oh, we go here, and they take advantage of us because it's like car situation or whatever, right? So here we would try to help everybody, but most of the time, if it was girls, especially at night, whatever, we can, if it wasn't busy, we will go over and help you guys. It could be from checking a battery, replacing a battery, changing wipers. But what I know people hated as guys, and this is what I'm saying hands-on, is that we will go out there and we will see a guy sitting on the passenger side. And that's what I mean with, like, there's not that many guys hands-on anymore. And this was a proof of it. And we were like, what the heck? So and I guess it reminded me back from high school as well, because it was like, again, I'm not going against guys, but this is what I'm seeing that we're lacking of. Like, I felt like you girls were more into douches because this guy's just sitting there not doing nothing. And then it reminded me back in high school when you girls were, again, into douches instead of somebody that was really interested on you.
Yeah. Are we talking about the douche, or are we talking about the guys that are...
not being hands-on either? Yeah, well, it's but kind of a combination of both, because that's a douche. How are you gonna send your girl in to get something done when you could have just went in there and be like, hey, can you go ahead and help me out changing this? But no, he straight out sent out the girl. And it wasn't just like one time. We would see this at least 5 times out of the week.
Yeah. See, the way that I see it, okay, talking about this specifically, you know, it depends on the situation, because I don't want to say it's like this all the time, because what I can think about is something that we just talked about. You know, I just got my oil change. I would rather go, like, yes, I know que es una chinga. So I know you, when, you know, you were a mechanic, and I know how hard it is. Okay. So I would rather go get it done, go get an oil change rather than having you do it. Same thing with, you know, there's something that I need to replace in my car soon. So I would rather go pay for it. I know it's going to save me a lot of money, but I'd rather go and get it done than you doing it.
And before they start getting on me about, hey, you don't do her oil change, guys. I do not do the oil change. And I told her this before, so she can say, hey, he didn't tell me this. I told her, look, it equals out the same. If I buy the oil and do it myself, I'm going to pay the same as I'm taking it in and get an oil change. So that is the reason why I'm like, just take it in, because it's the same. You will only save about $5 to $10. Hagan la calculación y then come back to me and say if I'm wrong. It's probably just going to be the
same thing. But I mean, my point about it is that I wouldn't want you to be down there, you know, wasting your time, probably getting hurt. It's going to be easier if I just go drop it off, chill for a little bit. Yeah. Chill for a little bit and then just go and get it. We have 2 cars. We've done it before where we take both of the cars. In the meantime, we run some errands, do some things, and then go back and get our car and be on our merry way.
That is correct.
So it's not so much about like, and yeah, you know, I'm sure there's some that, again, going back to our atenidos, there's people who are atenidos y a huevo no quieren hacer nada. They would rather have somebody else just do everything for them without giving back.
But then that's the thing, like it's even worse then, because it's like, one, you're not providing, and the other, you're just being lazy.
Lazy, yeah.
But one fun fact that I told you during the movie, I was like, hey, the Weird Angelica. No, the Weird Angelica. I'm already
Weird Angelica.
I'm already giving
weird
it
Barbie?
out. Yeah, the Weird Barbie remind me of Angelica from Rugrats and her little doll. I know she
did. I know because Angelica did have like that circle on her eye. She had fucked up hair. Oops, beep.
Yeah. So how you felt about that one, about putting weird Barbie in there? Like, honestly, I didn't even know there was a weird Barbie. Like, I kind of learned like how many Barbies.
Was there really a weird Barbie? I don't think so, because like I don't know.
Was it just a movie
like at the
plug?
End? Maybe they just plugged it in
for the movie.
Yeah, I think it was more like a symbol of like.
Well, somebody like correct us if somebody that played with Barbies, if there was a weird Barbie.
Yeah, because remember how at the end they were showing like the different Barbies that they had discontinued?
Oh, that is true.
Yeah, and I don't think they put her in there. I think it was more, I don't know, maybe just, I think it was more like I think she was like the mediator. I don't know how to call it.
Okay.
She was like, I think she was like the mediator, therapist type of gal. Kind of like, put yourself together, a little Edna moment.
All right. Yeah, that was I liked that one. Honestly, I liked it, and again, it was more of like, you know, yeah, like, you know, like for us, I think we're into video games, right? Like video games could be that weird Barbie, like, oh, like he's always inside just playing. So that kind of makes you a little weird, a little geeky almost.
A weird Barbie.
So like it was kind of cool seeing that, because
well, that was Ellen. Ellen was the one that.
Oh, well, Alan, yeah, it's a different one.
Yeah.
But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was, like, I saw it more as, like, I never seen that you guys are not put in a position, but just see, like, that geek side of you guys. And I felt like that weird Barbie was almost that, like, you know, that comfortable girl that she didn't mind. And that's what made her stand differently.
Yeah. She was different from all the other ones. What was her? Well, I mean, she did have I was like, what was her role? But yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out what her role is. I think she was just like like I said, like the mediator.
Okay.
The even though she's weird, but she still had your back type of thing.
Right. One part of the movie, I did feel like the message was like, you know, the Barbie world, they were having so much fun, and then something happened, and again, it was for the transition from going to Barbie world to the actual world. This is how they put it together to do the transition. But do you feel that you guys lack on the way of doing something, meaning like if there's a change, like you guys kind of hesitate, you guys are not a fast thinker to just move on and try to figure it out?
What do you mean?
As a reaction that you guys have? Well, because the situation on Barbie, when like it was kind of funny because I was like, what is the whole point of Barbie having her heels curved? Remember the beginning of the movie, like she took her shoe and she was walking with her heel curved. So that threw me off. I saw it, but I was like, what's so important about that? The only thing that came up to my mind, because we heard military about flat-footed. So then part of the movie, Barbie got flat-footed and she was all worried about it. So then she had to go to the doctor and figure out like, why do I have this? Instead of being like, okay, like being natural about it. Like, okay, I'm a flat foot right now. Maybe it gets better. Maybe you guys overthink sometimes.
No, I think, well, see, you're probably seeing it that way. Like, it's probably overthinking. Part of that, yes, it's overthinking. But the way that I saw it is change. Is that once something changes, it's like, oh my gosh, like sometimes we don't know how to deal with it.
Right.
It's like some people see change as bad, but change doesn't have to be bad. Change can always be good. Like even if it is bad, it's something good can come out of it.
So that's what you picked out of it. Like it was a bad situation.
Yeah.
That changed, but like again, I feel like you're saying like, oh, change is not bad sometimes.
Yeah, change is not bad. Like even like again, they're just going back to the spoiler alert. I need to stop saying that. But pretty much going back to it, like Barbie went back, tried to figure out what's going on to pretty much change everything back to how it was, how it was normal, because they were at Barbie world, everything was perfect, everything was great. But all of a sudden when something went wrong, it's like, oh my gosh, I need to go and fix it. But yes, try to fix it. Maybe some things you can fix, but you know, sometimes leaving it how it is, it doesn't have to be, because she started thinking about death. She started thinking about all these other things that you never really thought about. Because when you're on such a high, you're just like, everything's great, 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 great. And you want to keep it there.
Okay.
But then when it's not there and you don't have that happiness anymore, like you want to find something else to make sure that it's back to how it was. But then I mean, the thing is, again, it can be better.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're able to now realize like change is not bad in some situations, or just deal with it as you can. And I say this because it did remind me, not this situation where they got injured, but before we went to go see the movie, I don't know, I was just kind of thinking over, and again, you guys, you know, the Barbie got injured. She went to the doctor and tried to figure it out, like to have a guidance, right?
Yeah.
So when I was driving, it reminded me, and I guess because recently, guys, my mom broke her hand. So us as the children, we were like, oh, mom, how are you? Or let's go to the doctor. We're a little bit more worried, right, about the situation. But when it came to my dad, we wouldn't make a big fuss out of it. We'll just be like, okay, se cayó, we will go check on him. He's still moving. He's still walking. He's good.
I think it just goes back to like our culture, like with the Mexican culture, because with you, I feel like I think I've told you before, like if like I've even asked you, like, are you ever down? Like, are you okay? Cause I always see you okay. Like even if you fall or you hurt yourself, I'm like, okay, he'll be okay. Unless if it's like bad. Yes, your foot, and that's what I'm gonna be worried about it. But with moms, again, it's just different because mom, we're the nurturing one, so we're more like, oh, like, are you okay? And it's a woman, and
really, I don't know. I just think it was that kind of part of like, we don't overthink about it. Like we get injured and we're just like, whatever. We're just like almost like a robot. We just gotta keep on going.
And again, like women, we've been more like, oh, we're more gentle. We're, more this, when we can just probably just be like, screw it, like it happened.
Yeah. And I think it could become bad Because let's say, for example, that you're more gentle, you're like, sana, sana, colita de rana, and as the guy, you'll be like, pues que se pare.
Yeah, exactly. Because if a guy would fall, no chille, no llore. Ooh, and that's something that came up in the movie too. I don't know if you caught it, but it's more like no chille, no llore, los hombres no lloran type of thing. And women, and with the girls, it was like, ay, pobrecita, mi princesa, mi this, mi that. You know, just sheltering them a little bit more.
Right.
And in the movie, the same thing when Barbie's, you know how Ken's took over Barbie land when Barbie came back, and then the Barbies finally defeated it. They regained their power again, and Ken was kind of like, well, like, oh my gosh, and then somewhere along the lines, I think he said, or someone said like, oh, you know, men don't cry, pretty much making it seem like crying is for the weak in Ken's world.
Yeah. I want to see a man comment down below if they ever thought about that situation. Like, you know, when your dad gets injured, you never thought much of it. But when mom or a sister gets injured, you're like, okay, how can we provide to make them feel better? And maybe they thought about it and they made a correction.
Yeah.
You know, not to be the same way anymore. Because I know I'm going to need help probably getting that correction.
Yeah.
Try to be like equal and not try to be like you said, or parece, or like no llore, because it's just implemented on me already.
Honestly, I think I would want to do that for both, like like,
Just
you know, if we have kids, just to be equal. Like, no, because I feel like that's going to teach them, like, yes, get up, but still show compassion, you know, show them that, you know, you're luchona, that, you know, it's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
You know, rather than the girls is like, oh, pobrecita, like everyone's going to help you. But no, it doesn't have to be that way.
Okay. So another part of the movie where I see that the message is out, and I'm not sure. I have so many notes here, but I'm trying to like move it along, not to be stuck in one. But I felt like one part of the movie was like Barbie was made because the lady that made Barbie, she felt like she was trapped. So that was a way for her to escape.
Oh, she said that?
At the same time. No, but that's the message I seen.
Do
you remember that old lady? I guess that old lady was the one that made Barbie.
No, not Barbie. Ruth.
The made Barbie. So I felt like that was her message. Like, you know, in another way, like, oh, I created Barbie for this reason because I felt I was trapped. Because again, and back then was, you know, there was more of a stay-at-home mom. Don't have a job, or you can't get a job. So that's what I seen on that message.
Honestly, I didn't catch that. I mean, the only thing that I caught was like, oh, I created Barbie for her daughter. You know how her daughter se llama Barbara. So she just named her Barbie. So I didn't really catch anything from that. It was more like, oh, this is just dedicated for my daughter.
Very true. But why?
Why did
why
she
you think? Yeah, why? I mean, obviously, it's not a right or wrong.
Yeah, I
didn't. But would you think she did that then? And I honestly, I think that's why I captured that, because I was like, look, like, yes, I wasn't able to provide by going or having a dream, but look, daughter, I'm giving you this doll for you can have different dreams, and you pick the one that you want for yourself.
Well, Barbie, the one that she created, it pretty much didn't have. She didn't have like a career or anything. She was basic Barbie. ¿Cómo le dijeron basic Barbie? No.
No me acuerdo.
Average Barbie, something like that. No. But something that I really did, two things that I really liked. They talked about, I think, mental. They kind of went into like mental health and just overall health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the mental health situation?
When I guess when they were showing like Barbie, depression Barbie, anxiety Barbie, or some type of Barbie, and then at the end, I think they pretty much just summed it up. I when I saw the end, I was like, why that? But what I caught at the end at the movie when she went to the gynecologist, the way that I saw it was, you know, overall, all in all, make sure that your mental health, make sure that your overall health is okay.
But hey, that was like, honestly, I can't remember about the whole mental one. So that was a good message.
Maybe because you had stepped out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
that's a good message. I mean, it was nice that they implemented that because
Yeah.
again, awareness of mental health has been
Yeah.
growing more, and that's great.
Yeah.
Because honestly, we've been pushing that to the back of the mind, and
Yeah.
we don't really think it's nothing. But you know, it when it's to that harsh point is when we notice it and we're like, okay. And then you go to the doctor and you still don't even believe that you're having that
Yeah.
situation.
And I don't think the movie really talked about like mental health, but I think they brought it out more of like, this is a reality. It's not just because you're a doctor or just because you're an astronaut, just because you hold this really high place doesn't mean that you don't go through these things, you know? So for me, when I saw that, I thought more of like, this is the reality. This is the reality too, but this is the reality. Like, why didn't they, like, they should make a Barbie of med school Barbie con toda desgreñada, toda ojeruda, cry.
No, dang.
No, yeah, honestly, like, I feel like that it was more like, this is a reality too, and this is a reality too. Like, it's not all,
Like
same thing
when
with
we
like
go to
mental
the
health.
like when we go to the doctor, we don't think the doctors are actually going through something because
Yeah.
they put this face on like
We
I'm
all
here
do.
well, we
Yeah.
do, but like it'd be kind of weird to see that in a hospital, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like because they have money, they have all of this, you think that they're all great, but they don't show these things. But I'm just saying like that. I just like that they showed that part that the Barbies that were crying and all of this stuff. I'm like, that's reality. Like that's all freaking reality. So I just thought it was a nice little touch to it in the middle and at the end.
Okay, so you already mentioned the Alan. So why do you think Alan was a big part of this movie?
Because Alan.
Because
why Alan?
what I put was like that he rescued the situation. One part of the movie, he like he wasn't a Ken, and he noticed that he was different. But Alan approached Barbie, and Barbie, she didn't like him like that, but she was interested on him because he was different from Ken. And but
How
even
was he
though
interested? I can't remember that part. Refresh my memory.
because he helped her through a situation, and I can't remember if it's
I
when
can't
she's going
either.
through to the real world or when. Oh no,
did he
yeah,
come up on the car?
she got defeated. Remember? Because
Defeated by who?
Remember, she went back to try. Well, spoiler again. She went back to try and find the person she needed to help because she needed to get her arch again, and then she was going back to the real world, and this is when Alan showed up.
Yeah, and Alan is the one that's helping them like
yeah.
get the girls out.
Correct.
And see what now that you're saying that, what I'm getting is that okay, not all men are this way. Like some men are, trying to see your point of view, ladies.
Right,
Okay. Maybe like that's the way that I'm seeing it right now.
Yeah, but I think that's
Yeah.
why he stood out.
Yeah, like I understand you ladies. Like even though I'm not fitting in with the guys, but maybe I feel like maybe like he was in between too. Like I'm trying to be one of the guys,
Right.
but I'm also going to support you ladies.
Right. Yeah.
Like I understand you guys.
And another thing that I got was like, maybe we'll go more into the little Alan, but you know how all Kens had 6-packs
Yeah.
and Alan didn't?
Alan did it. He was more covered up.
Right. So I feel like, like the 6-pack nowadays, maybe it's not even good enough anymore. Looks are not good enough anymore unless you're able, like Alan did, help girls grow.
I had a thought, but I'll say my point. No, yeah, but it's more. I think Alan was more like, "Hey guys, like, what about me? Like, I'm supporting you. Where about me?" But we're so focused on oh, men this and women that. But Alan is just like, "Hey guys, like."
He was
okay.
competing. He was competing by himself, basically. But competing in a good way of like trying to be, like you mentioned, be part of the side of the men and being
Like he
part
wasn't
of the
really,
side of the
yeah, like he
girls.
wasn't really trying,
Yeah, like he was just
like he was trying, but he
natural.
wasn't really trying.
Because again, cans were fighting all the time. I was like always,
And he
fighting,
was chill.
and he was just
I'm like, you're Ken, you're just chill. Not Ken.
Yeah,
Alan.
perdón.
Alan,
I don't
you're
have
Alan.
a six pack.
That's why I said Alan.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool about that. Was that sexy?
What?
Was it a sexy scene? There's a sexy scene two men fight for you, just
No.
like Ken's.
No.
Hey, I'm just saying that was part of the
Like,
movie.
ay, pelean, I'll take out my popcorn and start watching. I think it's entertaining, not
Yeah.
sexy.
Well, maybe
No.
for some girls it's sexy.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
It just reminded me with the whole six pack. That's why, guys.
Whoever has a bigger chest wins.
Is that
No, I
now?
have a
There
bigger
maybe
chest.
now in this situation in the real world is whoever has the most money.
Whoever has the old money.
It's not about the six packs and fight for me. It's more who has the more dough.
What is it called? Stability, financial stability. They're looking for financial stability.
But honestly, obviously, you can buy materials or gifts with this, right? With money. Do you think you'll get bored?
With all the materialistic stuff?
Yeah.
You can. I think you can get bored. Like, how many times can you go on vacation?
Right, you go on vacation, but if this person doesn't go with you, is it even worth it?
To the vacation?
Yeah. He's providing you all this. He's giving you a good time, but if he doesn't go...
Eventually, it'll get tiring.
Right.
Like your partner, like me and you.
Right.
Yeah, if you're... It's just like the same thing. Like when you were in Oklahoma, I was just like, oh my God. I didn't get tired of it, but I was heartbroken.
Well, okay. I'm thinking like, what? Not the same situation, but yeah, I guess.
No,
could be.
it kind of
but
is.
because it had to it was a work situation, and this other situation is more of like
But you're
that
still
one is
leaving
like
me.
you're missing me though.
But
you're
you're
already missing me. That's like a more of a natural miss. On
Okay.
this one, I feel like you actually realize it
Yeah.
that materials are not really your thing, because you got so much of it that you're tired of that.
Yeah.
Now you're looking into the feelings.
Yeah, because imagine if like, let's say if I wasn't working or whatever and you were just sending me money, then maybe, no, either way, I don't know.
No, I don't think
No.
we're in that situation, but
No, but
I
I mean,
just
it's
wanted
different
to-
for everyone.
Yeah.
For us, it's more like, at least for me.
for
I'm like,
some,
I'm like, come back to me. I'm a leech, that's why.
yeah.
I'm in need of love. In need of love and affection.
All right. Well, now that you said love and affection, and I think this is
The last one, nos vamos.
that's one of the almost topics maybe. And I think we have never talked about this, and I don't think we have that many friends to talk about it. But I feel like us men, that same situation, like, you missing me, even though we don't say we miss each other, meaning like most of the guys won't really say I miss you.
Yeah, why don't you guys?
But this is why, because I think when we're really interested on a lady, we would try to do anything, and we're just set on you guys, and you guys don't notice this, because it's almost like it's too good to be real.
For me to tell you that I miss you?
No, like that this man is doing these things for you. Just like Ken. Like,
it's hard for
he
us
was
to
doing,
believe?
but it was like, whatever. Until Alan came in, and then he changed the thought of mine.
I mean, it just depends on the situation too, because it depends what history that person has. So if I had like traumatic past relationships, then I would be like, oh, this is too good to be true. At any moment este va a tronar and me va a tratar igual.
But I see that, and I don't think I would think about it like that in a man's way, because again, like, I think we're just like, we don't mind to being like rechazados. Or si nos rechaza, sometimes we even still try, like we keep on trying.
Us meaning guys, or us
guys,
meaning you and me?
Guys. Like, guys, like, we don't mind that. We try to go ahead and go for it. No matter if it's a no, but we try and try. We will just keep on trying until we're tired of it, of trying the situation and nothing, no feedback, or, we just move along. But I think sometimes you guys miss that.
The whole trying.
Maybe
it's just not the right girl for
trauma,
you.
yeah.
Maybe it's just not the right girl for you.
Well, that was my thought. I felt like us men, when we're interested in a lady, we'll just try, and sometimes the message is not taken upon. So how would you try to get a guy's attention?
Just by chatting it up, maybe.
Nah, I don't believe that one.
Well, how we met.
Yeah, but
How did
what
I
we
get-
meant was different.
How did I get your attention?
But
you
it was
said-
a
you
different
said-
situation.
Because you say that I would run away from you.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he was like, nah, you didn't talk. But
It's
that's
'cause I
what,
was
it's just
shy.
different. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, that's my point of view. Like I feel like us men, we will keep on trying when we're interested, right? Even though if we get rejected. So that's my perspective, and that's the way I did stuff. But that's what I'm saying. For you girls, how do you do it? Is it mostly like flirty type of vibe? Like, oh, I like girls like wings with each other and be like, oh, I like him. Let me talk to him. Or you guys just wait until you get approached? But that's why I feel that when you guys get approached, then you're just like, eh. Like,
Well, I think in our world, the men are the one who usually approach. But I feel like it's times are changing and girls are approaching guys more. And then maybe social media, text messages, that makes it a little bit easier to approach.
it was funny that you said that because they were saying that there could be a situation where all of you are getting along, right? Mm-hmm. Like you guys are chilling, and then nobody talks to each other then. But then they go home and they start DMing each other.
Hey, thank you so much for this. It was so amazing. It's like, why couldn't you say that before you left?
Yeah.
No, for real. I don't know. Maybe it's just social media makes it easier. Or just
Right.
swipe right, swipe left, si no te gusta alguien. Because you
That
can't
does
do it.
make, I
Imagine
guess,
imagine
yeah.
in person, move this one this way, move this person that way.
Yeah.
Well, technically you can. You can swipe left and right in person. And be like, no, thank you. Not literally like that because that's rude.
So you can tell us how you approach men then?
I've never approached someone.
No, when?
So,
So you just say, oh, he's cute and that's all?
like, oh, he's cute.
All right.
How would I approach? Be like, hey, get over here. I don't know. I feel like I'll be awkward. How did I approach you? Do you remember?
No, well, I'm trying to think about it like, in general, like now I'm thinking about it, maybe it's weird because
For women to approach men?
yeah, because again, society has made it as like, and I know I said it before, guys, but again, I'm just saying sometimes some stuff to just have your guys' mind open or think about it as different situations. But let's say you do that to me as like, te estás aventando, right? Because it's not normal. And because people will put it that way, it's like, oh, she went and talked to him like que quiere algo or something. You get me? It's more like provocative, I guess.
Provocative. I feel like I'd be provocative.
That's what I'm saying. You see, because it's not the same as a guy going and trying to just get to know you. It's not like, oh, how you doing? And again, not every guy's like this, right?
See, because what I hear a lot from friends that they're single, that a lot of the guys like it's the dating world sucks because a lot of the times guys just want to bada bing bada boom y vámonos. Like they're not looking for anything serious
right now.
Yeah, so even if you did, so again, let's say that if you've been single for a really long time and that's the majority of the time, that's the experience that you've been having. Like let's say 1 out of 10, there's only one guy, but the rest of the guys have been like, oh, let's hook up. Then that's pretty much the thought that you're gonna have, and that's gonna ruin it for you.
But then it goes back that I feel like a lot of the times because it's been happening and maybe it is a trauma, like you guys get stuck with the douches. Like when you guys have this nice guy that's trying to provide nice things, like care about you, it's not good enough then.
Yeah,
because you want to go back to those situations.
we need to talk. We need another episode for this one.
Yeah,
we really do. I'm like, I have some things. No, I would like to talk about that. And then bring in someone who has been in the dating world for a really long time. A guy and a girl who has been dating for a long time. I want to hear what it's like to date in the real world.
Well, this is the thing. that I don't think, and I'm saying it because I heard guys say this, and yeah, I'm not saying what you're saying is not true, right? That guys just want to hit it and quit it, but I think now guys are doing the same thing as what you girls are doing. Like now it's like they're just worried about themselves. They're trying to do their own thing. And it's more like, hey, si viene, si no. Because now we've been put in that position as like, see, we can provide you by materialistic. Like we don't stand a chance.
And if it's not worth it.
And it's not, and if we feel automatically that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if I can't provide something to you, then meaning of that, like you guys just be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like you've seen like a bunch of things now, like, oh, like, you know, like if you have a nice car or how much of money you have in your bank account. Like this is now the reality. It's not more of like getting to know somebody for who they are.
Red flags. I'm like red flags.
Well, yeah, they could be red flags, but again, you could just be, it's not a red flag for you at the moment because this is what you're like looking for, even though it's not the great things to be looking for. Because I imagine, you know, you knew me todo beat up and now we're okay. But that's because you gave me the chance.
Yeah. Well, I see. That's why I want to talk. I want to do an episode to talk about relationships. Talk about, you know, life like.
But this movie really was going in relationships. I don't know if people really saw that.
I didn't really see that. Again, I guess I didn't really see it. I mean, I did see the movie, of course, but that's something that I didn't pay attention to because I was paying attention more to.
Cuidado con el ghost que está allá atrás con la mano negra.
Why? Where?
No viste que se movió la curtain.
Ew, don't say that. I feel sick to my stomach.
You never heard that?
No.
La mano negra? My dad used to
la mano
use
peluda.
It. Well, same thing.
Yeah, I already forgot what I was going to say.
But yeah, guys, I guess we'll wrap it up. I guess we might have to do an episode about dating and blah, blah.
Yeah, maybe we can do like 100 episodes on our relationship from the beginning to the end.
But you know, I saw that message about dating on this movie. That's why I brought it out. Maybe the last 10 minutes was boring for some of you. Or maybe you guys will comment something down below.
I would love to, like, bring some people in.
So, thank you for clicking.
And we will catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and...
Así es.
And we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Peace.